wrapping up week 4. This is Thursday. Network security. What we're going to do is we're covering a few basic things each week. So it's kind of like we're spreading chapter 1 or module 1, if you want to call it that. We're kind of spreading that over like 3 or 4 sessions. Okay, we talked a little bit about it on Tuesday, a little bit more today, and then we'll probably spend a little bit of time on it next week and kind of cover those items individually. The students got a long ways. We, as a group, they admin access, they're all the way up to assigning roles, different roles to different users. A certain user can log in and have these commands they can do and so forth. So we worked on that quite a bit today. Some of the basic things, some terms, Alright. Talked a little bit about attack vectors and how important it is to secure data. Then we covered some terms. Local area network or a campus area network. SOHO, small office, home office. Talk about WAN, you can have a branch, you can have a person using mobile coming in, a guy sitting at a coffee shop linking in and so forth. We'll do some work talking about virtual private networks as we move forward. Spend a little bit of time talking about data centers and cloud and virtual networks. And another terminology, mobile device management. Bring your own device. Well, it doesn't have to be your own, but managing mobile devices. Most of that students felt comfortable with. We talked about secure segmentation, and we talked a little bit, the students looked up network segmentation. We talked a little bit about data classification and how to be compliant. So in a network, it's easier to match compliance if you have certain data that has to meet that compliance, that is on a certain part of the network segment, a certain segment of the network. That's about all I'm going to say about that. I reviewed this whole idea of networks. You have the untrusted area where you're coming in. That would be your access layer. Your switches, access points, switches, and so forth. Some way, that your devices, printers, PCs, and so forth, access the network. Then we have the distribution layer where we distribute this information. So we would have something like catalyst switches, and then we build in, add a little color here, we built in some redundancy and so forth. And then your core layer, maybe routers, and transferring this information through the core. Catalyst switches work here, mostly at the distribution layer. And then we talked about nexus switches that work in a data center. So you have all of these, let's say, virtual machines and storage, all that linked, and you can manage the traffic between there with a nexus switch. Or for performance in a data center, and then you use your catalyst switch in your distribution and / core area, collapse core sometimes it's called, to move your traffic there. Okay, and that is it for today.